Hey, you tourists, it's your boy Domination. This is back in the base. You're gonna do since I would do to text, baby. Man, that us back. You know this. Real men rise up, fake men rise down. Real women rise up, fake women rise down. Brother, preach on. And today's topic to talk about is the only place gonna get it, only place you ever gonna get. Ever gonna get, excuse me, ever gonna get it is right back to basic. Chuck the deuces, how we do text, baby. Man that does back, you know it is. Real men rise up, fake men rise down. Real women rise up, fake women rise down. First word preacher. And today's topic what to talk about is, I know I'm showing you this, that you showing the images, right? I want to talk about the coming to the dark ages. Why you think they call it the dark ages? Why you think they call it? Because there was some beyond the darkness in Europe in history, and I really do believe that Europeans were being slaved by us. Why I say that? Because it goes back to 1400s to 700 years. Because let me say to this: there's a real reason why Europeans slaved us. There's a real reason for that. I really believe that us slaving Slavic people, because it couldn't be Asians, it couldn't be whites themselves. It gotta be us doing it, and what we do it to the Scotland people. Why I say Scotland? Because Scotland is the place where the co-founded of Freemasonry over there in Scotland, and the banking system was set up over there to Switzerland. Yeah, this is something that our white counterparts ain't gonna never gonna tell us. See, this is why they always say, they say stuff like that. You people means you. When they say you people mean you don't belong in this planet. You belong on something else. Hell, some people believe that we come from a galaxy of galaxies of planet is of alien. Alien just another word for foreigner. That's what it means. When you hear people talk about aliens, they meant foreigner. That's all what it means. That's what Area 54 is about. All of this is demonology spirits. That's all they talking about. The whole reptilian brain is talking about that, and this whole not just left brain, but right brain too. The right brain is just righteousness, and the left brain is the wrongness. That's all you got to do is look this stuff up. And the only reason why they call it the Dark Ages is because they were dealing with some stuff over there in European history that dark people rule over there in Europe. If you don't believe me, do your research on this. And why you think they called it Black Plague? Because they were pledging to order to rule in people over there in Europe, and also the Black Death when they trying to kill them or they kill the Europeans. It's got to be a real reason why there's so much tension between black and white and black. It's always been this way. Ask yourself why. It goes back again about 500 years ago to 1,000 of years ago, or maybe 10,000 or 20,000 years ago, when there's a racist existence between the black and white, and it started off from Homo sapiens and Neanderthals. I really do believe that the Neanderthals is Europeans. Homo sapiens is black. It's another word for human. Hube. Like the Hubleys, the show Hubleys, they meant human. This is why we always call ourselves the people of color, because what we're trying to say, we can produce every other race, like Asian, white, and Latinos, and every other group. But you always have to wonder. I never hear Asians and whites and all the rest of them call themselves. They call themselves all guard, call themselves black blood. Maybe so. I heard one couple of Indian people. India is another word for Indian. All of this is basically born within of the native to the land. That's all what it means when you hear people say Native American. The word Caucasian is come from Johann Friedman Blumenbach, because he believed that Europeans are the most beautiful race of people in the world. Why did they think that? They put 5 races and 5 different groups between. They put Europeans on top and put Asians on the second When they meant Europeans, they meant Caucasians or whites, whatever you want to call it. When they put Asians, the Mongols, or Asian American, and then you got the third, they talking about the Malay race. That's, I mean, the brown Malays, the brown race, the Latinos or Latin Americans or high Hispanic, whatever you want to call them. Then you got the Ethiopian race, the black race. Then you know, Ethiopian is the people. Some people say Ethiopians was the first Europeans. Some people say that Ethiopia was the first blacks, first Jews. We'll never know. But when you look at the lion, where the lion come from? Lion come from Africa. White people even admitted and said that Africa is the motherland of mother civilization of humanity, from mother civilization of father civilization, and not only mother situation and father situation. That explains the father civilization and the mother situation, a mother civilization. They even admitted. They even admitted that even the planet star system comes from the Moors. The black and white checkerboard. All you got to do is look that up. Then you got to look at it. The public bathrooms, even the public library comes from the Moors. Even the piano. What color piano is? Piano is always black. Sometimes it's white. You got to look at that. There's a real reason why black people don't own anything, because it got something to do. We don't own any banking systems. I said this many times. We're still part of the European family. We raised of a European European standards. The problem with the word black or African American or African and black Americans. You want to know the difference between African American and black Americans? African Americans basically is people who are mixed between white and Asian. That's all it is. But it got something to do with the Sumerian. They talking about Ethiopia, Egyptians. That's what they talking about. When they talking about black Americans, they talking about Nigerians. They're talking about the people of the word Niger. That's what the word N word comes from. When you hear people call you that I'm just gonna come out and say it, nigger. When you hear somebody call you a nigger, basically talking about dark skinned complexions people, they're basically saying that you're dead. They want to kill you. You a dead race. You ain't nothing. That's what they're saying to you. When you hear people say that, 9 out of 10, that's how they think. And it got something to do that you inferior of European. Why do they think like that? They think like that because they got something to do with your way of thinking of how your brain functions. Your brain function means how your brain works. That's why Europeans always think they got the biggest biggest brain of their brains, because they trying to say they're more smarter than every other race. How's that possible? Because it goes back again. Some white people believe they're aliens, and it goes back to the Nordic countries, not Nordic countries. Because there was Eddie Murphy got a new movie. Eddie Murphy, it was an old movie called Norbit. But he tried to say Nordic. He tried to say he is Nordic race. And it goes back to, again, this Sweden. But if you look the North European, it says the people of Russia. All you got to do is look it up. And then you go to the South Caucasus region. They're talking about the people of Georgia. You go the Eastern European. Who you think Eastern European they talking about? If it ain't Irish, and the Western Europeans have to be the people of German. All you got to do is look this stuff up. It's the same thing you look at Africa. When you look at North Africa, what are they talking about? They're talking about the people of Moors, but it's Morocco. Morocco. There's a show called that I was watching since I was a kid. It was called Rocco's Modern Life. If you watch that show, it's based on, they talking about the kangaroo is talk about the people of the home whatever you call the Australia Aborigines. Yeah, the first Australian people, Aborigines, before the Britain people came in there. When Britain people came in there, they took over Australia because of the banking system. It's the same thing happened in South America and United States. And same thing happened to any other country, especially Britain. That's why where do you think this whole royalty, liberty, or royal meant? That come from Britain. That come from Irish. That come from England. I mean, English. English is another word for English. English land people. That's what they talking about. And you hear people talking about the French. Look at French. When you hear people say French, they're talking about Frankish, Franks. Do the Frankie. Just listen to it. There's a song called Frankie. What do you think the Frank they're talking about? Do it like the Russian people. Not Russia. Do the Germans. The Germans. Or French. French is another word for Franks. That's all it is. Remember the ballpark? Frank ballpark? All you gotta do is look it up. What do you think Pillsbury Doughboy is about? Pillsbury is pilgrims. It's the same damn thing. Then you got Oreo cookies. 2 black on both sides and white on the middle. This is how white people got out here. When they went to those caves, they lost a trace of their color. No wonder why they racism. No wonder why they think the way they do. No wonder why they feel the way they say. They're afraid to interact with a group of people. If it ain't blacks, they hate. It's always Spanish. I never understand, but Spanish is part of them. But they look at it, they mix with black. So you know how they feel about you, Mexican brothers and sisters, and Puerto Ricans, Colombians, Cubans, whatever you call yourself, you Panamanian, all of y'all. If you're dark brown and lighter brown, dark, you somehow close as black. The only thing you close is white. If your hair, it had to be blonde and blue eyes. They're talking about Sweden people. That's what they talking about. That's what they talking about. All you gotta do is look it up. That's what they talking about. You go to West Africa. They're talking about the people. Wherever you want to call it, the people. West Africa. They talking about people. Nigerians. And you go to East Africa, they talk about Ethiopians. If you go to South Africa, they're talking about the people, the Sam Bushman people. The Sam Bushmen. Some people believe Sam Bushmen are the original Homo sapiens. Same thing as the Caucasoids. I mean, Caucasoids. Caucasoid is a tribe from Europeans from over there in the caves and the Europeans. Some say they're the Homo sapiens. This is why you've seen the stuff that's going on. And then you look at the Mongols when they talk about Shadadik Khan or something like that. Yeah, he wanted a great founding history founder of warriors. This man killing his first killing was since the age of 14 and 15 at that time. And that man, they have 9 relatives, black and white, and all the rest that links to him. This is why an Asian. Now, if you look at Asians, I'm still trying to find the word Asian to this day, what it means. I bet you Asian mean is basically everything originated. No, it's originated from Africa, then Europe, then Asia. If it ain't Africa and Asia and Europe, and then Australia, then the cold place of Antarctica, whatever you want to call it, Antarctica is a cold place, even from Greenland. Well, you know what I'm talking about. Then you got South America. Then you got North America. North America, they talking about the people of the natives. Same thing in South America. That's Malay. You go to the cold, they talk about the Pacific Islanders. You go to Australia, they're talking about the people of the Aborigines. You go to Africa, they talking about blacks. You go to Europe, they're talking about the people of white. You go to Asia, they're talking about yellow people. But why do they yellow? And it's just like Sam Simpson. They're yellow people too. But the thing is, remember Caucasian instead of carcass. And left it is and put Asian, Caucasian. Again, it's a mix. This is why they put Europeans who have mixed with Mongol and racially clean white is referred them as dirty whites. This is why this shit is going on. When you hear black Americans say, I ain't no damn African, you know what they're saying? I'm the part of the Native American. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. And them Africans know that they're not Africans. You got to be Nigerian to order to be a true African. African is a bloodline from the people, from the humanity over there. And the word slave that comes from Europeans. The word slave is another word for Slavs. How many saying I'm saying this? I'm sick and tired of hearing people say, oh, I'm a slave. But do you know what slavery is? I'm going to tell you what slavery is. Slavery, that means that you can't you can't extinguish, maintain, strive to maintain, to make things on your own. You got to get everybody maintains to make the things. People do things for you. That's what it means. The real slavery is the slave of the mind. It's just like the word bitch. Why they say that word? Because they're trying to say she let every man ride on her. That's what the word bitch means. For you women don't want a man call you a bitch, ladies, stop using the word bitch. Because that's what they think of you. And the word whore, you sleeping everybody. It's the same way like cunt. Cunt means another word you fucking around. You use your pussy to get where you trying to go. It's the same thing. How many people that know the word porn as another word for prostitute? No, a lot of people don't know that. They don't even know that. That's why we need to look at these definitions of these damn words. Like the word thug. You know what the word thug meant? It come from all the way from India when they was trying to overthrow the British government. Especially the Indian people did. Especially they call themselves the thugs. The thuggy. Yeah, that's what the word thug is. That's why you hear so many rappers call themselves a thug. But go to India, you going to see some real thugs up in there. Oh, hell yeah. And they don't even consider themselves as black because they know black is a lower standard. Of course, they're not going to identify themselves as black. What are they going to say? I'm white. Because they know white is the highest position of power. Because it got something to do that the Europeans were the co-founders of Freemasonry. It got something to do with the banking system because of the Knight Templars over there in Jerusalem when they was being executionized and being burned and stricken by the state. When they left out of Jerusalem, they went to not just only Germany and Britain, France, all over. Then they went to all the way to Scotland, where when the Freemason was abolished over there. Then they moved right close to that, and then that's when Switzerland came from. Look at the damn Red Cross. Where do you think hospital came from? Why do you think that they created a banking system right now? It's sad that we don't know that. And when I come to find out the Ku Klux Klan of the original Knight Templar, I was pissed off. Let me get this straight. You mean to tell me this system was set up since day one, and they went to Africa, they colonized that country and killed those people and money in Africa. And the same thing that's happening to Ebola right now. Ebola is a man-made myth disease to try to control the population over there, to try to get rid of the population of the people of Africa. They know that's where all the gold, all the riches, all the money, even the damn chocolate, even the damn, where you think cotton came from? Why you think where cotton came from, people? Why do you think where cotton came from? And you know where cotton came from. And the cotton field. Grow. I mean, why do you think martial arts, they wear a black belt instead of wearing a white belt? I never understand that. So I'm saying, is they telling the truth that Africa created the word martial art? Because we always think it's Asians. But if you look at Asia, I swear to God, man, you go to Thailand, there's some dark Asians up in there. And I always say, yep, they got black blood in them. And so is Greeks, so is Italians, because Spike Lee proved it in the movie saying there were dark Italians. Come on, man. There's another movie. It was called Irish Jam with Eddie Murphy. There was a scene about an old man. He was saying that, I thought you one of the luckiest Irishmen. He said, maybe I am, but that's what it says in my birth certificate. Did you know they prefer us as the green niggers? Yeah, they said it in the damn movie. So what the Irish people know what it feels like being discriminated because they went through it. Their own people did that to them. The first Irishman that ever run for public office is basically JFK. They never seen an Irishman trying to run everything. Come on. They were slaved by Britain people, but yet they Britain too. They own Britain people slave other Britain people, and own the slave owners. At least Britain people got their land back from the damn. At least Irish people, Scotland people got their land back from the damn Britain people. Oh yeah, people, the royal. What do you think royal blood means? Royal blood. Yeah, that's Sweden. Why Ku Klux Klan just can't say we want to look like the people of the Sweden? Why you think Hitler is so obsessed with this blonde hair, this blue eyes, but yet Hitler's not even blonde hair and blue eyes, and use those women to abort the babies and put them pregnant on them and not know who the damn dad is before black men ever done it? Don't you dare put that shit on there. You motherfucker, you son of a bitch. You can't tell me. Black people better understand about this. They better do some damn research. I'm telling you right now. There are black people right now that got white blood in them and don't even know it. There are whites that got mixed with black. And they don't mind saying African ancestors. But they would never dare to say, I'm black. They wouldn't. They can't stand black Americans. They love Africans. But they can't stand black Americans. Now, some hate African Americans because the reason why they hate African Americans is because they know they mix with white. Shit, black people was blend a part of whites in some ways. They act just alike. Black men want to be superior just like the white men. And white men feel like he's inferior to the black man. It is so damn dumb to me. You got white men thinking he's superior to the black man inferior to the white man. There's no difference. If people would explain this a long time ago, then racism would have ended a long time ago. It needed to be peace between black and white. And I want this shit to stop because this shit, I tell you, if they don't explain this shit what our founding fathers did and their founding fathers did, it's going to keep passing on because it got a lot to do with this. Anybody that said we don't have nothing to do with slave Europeans, you better think again, because it got to be a reason. They ain't slaving black people for nothing. There's a reason why Europeans did it. There's a real reason. And the real reason was because it got something to do with melanin. It got something. Well, how come we see botulism in Africa? But I've never seen botulism in Asia and Europe. Not to say it's not. It probably is. There's no way white people can produce black. There is no fucking way. What do you mean white on white? What do you think they mean when they say white on white only? People who look, identify, and dedication that look just like them. It's the same way they identify black on black. Everything Nigerian. When they think white on white, they talking about people of Sweden. Everything Asian, they talking about people of Chinese. Mongols, whatever you want to call them. When they talking about Native Americans, who you think they talking about Native? Cherokee. When they talking about Latinos, they talking about the people of Mexican. They got a big heads in Mexico. They look like gods. I swear to God, they look like black features. I said, man, if you put Biggie Smalls up in there, you would think that's Biggie Cousin up in there. You wouldn't believe. With the big nose, I said, you can't tell me that's not Negro features. You can't tell me. They'll say that's Mexican. Come on, man. Mexicans and blacks are the same thing. They did a study on this. They said in 2050, the world is going to be brown. White people did the study. So white people just telling off themselves that we're not 12 and 13% of the population. If that was the case, why would they worry about a group of people to vote? They are afraid that the blacks going to vote. It's going to take them out of power. Them fake Jews in power. And I no disrespect for the Jewish people, but I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about them fake motherfuckers that started this banking system, not only to Switzerland and not only to damn Britain and Germany, but it started over there in Israel. Why do you think that? Hell, they're Ethiopian people speaking protests against them. Oh yeah, people. Oh yeah. Look how they treat the Ethiopian people. They treat them like shit, and they've been going to war with them for years. And some say the Jewish people helped enslaving our own folks. I see why Hitler couldn't stand Jews. I see why. But he talking about the real Jews is the black people. It's the Ethiopians. The fake ones is the ones in power, the people of Russia. That's what they talking about. The Khazars. The people, the ones who run in power, like Rothschild and all the rest of them. You can't tell me. But all the word Jew is come from Judas. A Jew is a tribe of Jehuda. Whatever, it got something to do with the lion. If you saw the movie called Chronic of Molia, watch that movie. Cause that lion represent the black man. It ain't represent the white men, Asian men. It represent the black men. Now, if that was the case, the bear represent probably white. If you think like that. And the wolf represent basically Native American. There's black wolf and white wolf. And the whole dragon, that represent the damn Asians. I've been saying this stuff from sometimes. If you, the order to understand to stop this racism, I'm not trying to blame white folks. I'm looking at the white folks in power. Those are the ones I'm talking about. You average white folks, the one that mind your own, they ain't bothering nobody. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking people, the ones in the upper class whites. Ones that look down on people. The average whites, they've been conditioned to think like that. The upper class blacks, they're the ones that don't give a damn about us. It's the same thing the lower class Asians and the upper class Asians don't give a damn about them. It goes both ways. This is why a lot of this stuff is happening. But just give me your question and your advice and tell me what you think of this video. Subscribe to my channel. But that's all I gotta say. That's why they call it Dark Ages, for a reason. Because it just slaving, bonded slavery from Europeans, and Europeans bonded slavery to blacks. The Ku Klux Klan are the original Knight Templars, and the Nation of Islam are the descendants from Moors. That's all it is. End of question in the story. Just give me your comments, give me your video response, and tell me what you think of this video. All right, all right. It's your boy Domination. This is Back in the Basic. Chuck to do this is how we do text, baby. Till next time. All right, all right. Peace. I'm out. All right, peace.